Hello, everyone. This is Felicia Bender, the Practical Numerologist, with your numerology forecast for the 8 personal year for July 2023. Before we get off and running, if you are new to numerology and you don't know or you're unsure of your personal year, what personal year you're experiencing this year, please head to FeliciaBender.com, click on monthly forecast. There is a calculator there where you can calculate your personal year. Also, if you look in the description box below, there is a very quick, very simple, very easy calculation to make sure that you are listening to the correct forecast, because the forecast is based on your personal year number, not on your life path number. So those are two entirely different things in numerology. We just want to make sure you're at the right place at the right time, listening to the correct forecast. So, all right, we're getting right in there, off and running. If it is your 8 personal year, July is a number 6 month for you. So it is a number 6. This is a month where you'll be building strength within your relationships. It is a testing year all year long, right? And I'm going to throw some elements about how to think about that. So please think about it as power versus force, assertion versus aggression, confidence versus inflated ego, and empowerment versus dominance. So that is really, those are things that you're working with, you're massaging, you're practicing, you're juggling, however you want to say it. Those are key elements that you're working with all year long in your 8 personal years. So it is the year to focus your actions and your energies on creating financial abundance, all that financial abundance that you want. And if you've been reading or listening to these forecasts, you're not a stranger to the fact that this is an important year, and it's marking the beginning of a really vital 3-year transition cycle for you. The 8 personal year is about empowerment. Next year is endings, and the year after, new beginnings. So you're in the beginning and the midpoint of the beginning of this cycle that is very significant that you are experiencing. So if you're feeling the burn underneath it, you're not just making that up. So it's real, and it is going on in your world and in your life. So view this year as weight training with a really strict personal trainer, really kind of metaphorically, or maybe that's even part of your 8 personal year, is getting your physical body strengthened again, because you're going to be ripped strong and in the best shape of your life, metaphorically, if not literally speaking, after this year, if you've been doing it all with your due diligence. So interestingly, in the 8 personal year, you only get 1 month out of 12 that brings you this energy of the 6, this relationship oriented, this nurturing energy. It's very magnetic as well. It's a very excellent energy to merge, mix, and mingle with your 8, because the 6 has a way of doing very well financially, to be very honest. So use it. Please use that energy that you've got at your beck and call this month in July. And yet on a deeper level, the 8 personal year really offers you opportunities and experiences that allow you to come to terms with money in the broader sense, right? So it's bringing in all those questions about, what does money represent to you? What will you do for it, and what will you not do for it? That comes into play. And it's going to press you to see or to reveal the ways in which maybe you have a love-hate relationship with money. Maybe you feel like people who have money are not good people, not spiritual people, not this, not that, or the opposite. So it really brings all of these elements and issues up to the surface about how you relate with money and how you empower yourself with this very important issue. All right. July offers you a bit more in the responsibility realm. There are some adjustments to be made and some sort of problem to be solved or resolved or adjusted in July for you. So, although your business ventures are moving along at a clip, I hope so, they're at least, a direct point of emphasis for you right now. And I want to also say that it's not easy breezy, right? Again, if you've been listening to these forecasts, I don't want to hammer on the difficulties of it, but I also do want to acknowledge the intensities so that you don't feel like you're not doing it right. All right. So it's a lot of intensity around making things happen, following through, taking yourself seriously. And so that is really what you're working with all year long. And right now, there's going to be some domestic responsibilities that surface and need attention. It might feel a little bit derailing, and yet July is set up to carve out some time for home, for family, and friends. So that doesn't sound too bad, does it? I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. It's set up for some connection, right? Make sure to take care of any of your business, financial matters, particularly around July 9th. There may be something coming up about that time that just needs a little extra attention. Step up, resolve any legal insurance issues, anything in that regard related to your home right now. This might be the time to commit to getting some construction, maybe some remodeling work done around the house. You've probably been, again, this won't be more than likely a sudden thing. It's going to be something that you're bringing into the month, and now you could really solidify. You could get it on the calendar, get those contractors hired and on their calendar, those sorts of things. So you don't have to start and finish it all in July. Yet making a plan and some definitive decisions are going to be the catalyst that you need to see a project through to fruition. All right. You might feel as though there's a conflict between your business and domestic chores during the week of July 14th. And understand that during your 8 personal year, you really are up against it. I referenced this a moment ago, but I mean, you're really being pushed to your limit, to where you might feel that you're the only one, right, who's suffering or being put through the ringer with such intensity. Sometimes it's easy to feel that way in an 8 personal year. So it's really useful to step back right now, gain some perspective. Otherwise, it can get a little crusty. I'm just saying. So it can just feel so heavy, so heavy and so personal sometimes. So I'd love for you to step back, and I'm going to throw a Brené Brown quote at you. And yet I think this always helps me to recalibrate myself and ground myself again. And she says this, she says, everyone has a story that will break your heart. And if you're really paying attention, most people have a story that will bring you to your knees. So maybe this story is what you're really working with right now. And while your heart experience is your heart experience, seriously, no harm, no foul, and it is yours, you often aren't being singled out or slapped around, right, by the universe any more than anyone else. And I know that there are some exceptions, and yet you know what I mean. Overall, I'm always looking at that in my own life. I'm going, wow, why did I make that so hard? Or why did I grind that into a pulp? That really didn't require that. So those are the things that you could be really working with now, and to make things easier by not making such a big deal out of certain things that don't need to be made such a big deal out of. Does that make sense? I'm kind of circling around, but I hope it makes sense. It helps me to look at it that way. So oftentimes, just allowing ourselves to know that the nature of the beast is that it is challenging, it is difficult, and it is obstacle ridden is really half the battle to navigating it with some good grace and with success. If we think it's supposed to be easy, if we think it's supposed to be, I don't know, pie in the sky, then we're really disappointed. Our expectations are totally thwarted. But if that's not our expectation, then hey, we're in it, right? So even though you'll be needed on that home front, don't give up this momentum that you've got going in your 8 personal year. The business and work is going to tag team and collide in July. So, because you're really cooking on the financial business realm, so don't lose momentum as you continue to bolster your bank account. I hope you are. So you'll glean the benefits of the magnetism that's associated with the number 6. Don't be surprised if you find yourself attracting what you might deem good luck right now. And who doesn't need some ease and flow in life generally, and yet especially in an 8 personal year? Grab onto that where you can. Any pursuits where you need to tap into your visionary abilities to move things forward with your business is also very much favored right now. So if you are seeking a new relationship, July can magically bring a potential soul-centered connection into your world if you're open for that. So July offers some moments that are designed to test your levels of commitment to yourself and your commitment to stepping into empowerment, and your levels of empowerment are increasing exponentially this year. So given the 6 energy of the month, it's all about commitment to the relationships in your life. So make sure you follow through with your promises and with your obligations in July. All right, that is your forecast. So head over to FeliciaBender.com. You can find plenty of free resources there, articles, life path information. If you're interested in knowing more about your personal numerology, you can get a numerology chart that is based on your personal information. And if you really want to dig deep, I also offer private sessions. So take a look, see if that resonates with you. Otherwise, I am wishing you the best July ever, and I'll see you back here for August forecast at the end of the month.